Welcome back to another episode of Baby Daddies, the premiere for Love of DILFs recap podcast. My name is Jake, and with me I have Imario. Imario, what the hell is up today?
What is up? What is up? I recently also became a father over the weekend. I adopted a little baby. His name is Quesadilla. He is the cutest orange cat you could ever see. I'll have to post a picture or share a video sometime of him doing orange cat things. It's a little wild.
Post his ass on the Instagram. Post daddy antics on the Instagram, whether it's from the cast or from us. We watched episode 2 on Tuesday, like right when it came out during your lunch, which was kind of fun. I was like, ooh, an excuse to. I was like, I needed to get up earlier that day because I had a birthday dinner with my boyfriend. So we couldn't watch it later in the day like we usually do. So we watched during your lunch, which I was like, this is kind of cute. I like this. We could continue the tradition of lunchtime watch.
Yeah, we should always do that. I don't mind taking a good like long lunch on a Tuesday, but it was really chill. I was like, you know what? I need this like break in the middle of the week.
You're right. It really just kind of break the monotony of, the work shenanigans. But episode 2 was gaggy. This was a good one. I'm excited. Let's just hop right into it. We got a lot of ground to cover. A lot happened this episode. We start off, Dr. Jill says that there's somebody joining the mansion. It is Ed Wynn, not to be confused with Anita Max Wynn. He is someone with a PhD in educational leadership, which I had to look up. I didn't know what that was. It's about like leading teachers and students and principals, basically everyone like at the school. It's about mentorship. It's about getting everyone toward a specific learning goal. It's about, improving schools, and not just schools, but like all types of learning. So yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
We need some more of that. We need more Eds.
Yeah. Open more Dr. Eds. Open the schools, babes. Open the school. They call him Dr. Ed in the confessionals, which I thought was really nice. And this man is fine as hell.
So fine. Like literally walked in, pussy dripping already.
Down.
And I'm not going to get checked.
It was dripping until he said that he was somebody who needs to be in a relationship, which to me is a complete turn off. And that's just me. I understand not everyone is like that. A lot of people are serial monogamous or serial relationship people. I'm not one of those. If I'm not in a relationship, I'm enjoying being single. I love being single. I mean, I love being in a relationship as well, but I'm not begging to rush into a relationship anytime I'm not in one. How about you?
No, I'm fine being alone. I had many boyfriends and things. Wow. I had many boyfriends.
She's popular.
I know. Listen, them band girls is freaky. I had many partners and like lovers in college, but after that I was like, I don't mind just sitting, being alone, seeing what I could do with myself. Because a big part of like finding love is loving yourself first, honestly. So I don't mind being alone, because having a man it's good sometimes, but sometimes it's just like having a cat. It's just like, damn, like you need to eat again. Like you won't work this again. It's a lot.
Good. Well, you don't got to know till the reel comes out. He has this little interview with Stormy, which I think is really fun. I think the interview with Stormy is really cute. She's laying down, looking glamorous and luxurious. Just sitting by a fountain, oddly enough, like they have the bay in the back of the house. Like she could have totally been like laid out in the back. They have
the whole like beach area with the beach area, like like the dock with the chair. Exactly. She could have been like laid out and just.
But that's why I thought it was so funny. Like she's sunning herself by this fountain, just getting her life. Anyway, I thought it was great. He mentions that he also has a twin, and this made me think, because he mentions that he would never do this with his twin, and this there's like 2 types of twins, right? There's the type that like do everything together, like Daniel and Derek. And then there's the type like Ed and his twin, where I'm sure they have a very close relationship and they love each other, but they just aren't on each other's hips 24/7. What kind of twin do you think you would be?
I think I'd have to be the twin, at least looking back, growing up as like mostly an only child until I was just like 12, I think 12, 13. I would honestly want a twin to do everything with a twin, because like the sugar and spice dynamic on Drag Race, like they did everything together and then they were split up because one went home. I was like, you know what? It's like the best of both worlds. And honestly, it's really fun to just always have someone you can volley off of. Like, hey, you want to like play this Resident Evil game with me? It's co-op. Hell yeah, let's play. Like you always got someone with you. I don't.
Oh, you think he's pretty? He has a daughter.
Listen, I don't mind playing stepmommy.
I think I would also be that type of twin. I would be doing everything with my twin. Me and my twin against the world. Like, that would be it. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Stormy reveals that one of the daddies is going home this episode, which is pretty interesting. We're going to lose somebody. And then Ed walks in. First he chooses Rico. So he chooses Rico for his date. Nice choice. Rico's got a beautiful smile in those photos. Absolutely. And they walk in. Daniel dropping looters like a bad habit. He sees Ed walking in and goes, "You better stop playing with me and come right here."
You better come right here. Like, I was like, you know what, girl? I would say the same thing. Like, as soon as he walked in, like, you know what? Get up in this right here because I want you and exactly. I need you.
But yeah, we could do this the easy way or we could do this the hard way. I'm feeling romantical. Let's get on to this date between Ed and Rico.
Mm-hmm. So the date, I thought it was going to be, I knew Rico already had his also. Nigel, I was like, they are like this. They're going to make it. But I was like, okay, you know, maybe it's nice to just meet someone else, you know, give it a try. And then they go to make breakfast and right off the bat, Ed is just like, oh, you know, I can't cook. And then Rico was just like, can't cook? Like, what you mean, Wes? I'm finna be cooking all the time?
Girl.
And I felt, as Megan said, hit dog on holler. At me and my man at home, he does most of the cooking, but I was like, okay, I could do something. Like, so what he do is he cook and I buy all the things I want him to make. That's you gotta have a 50-50 meet in the middle.
And I have a feeling Ed might be that type because he said he don't cook, he said he don't clean. To which Rico was like, no cocinando, no limpiando. What are we here for? What are you doing, baby? It's that line got me down. That was so funny. I'm with Rico.
So hilarious.
I am the one that cooks most of the time. But the thing is, like, when John wants to cook, he will cook. It's not like he can't cook. He has the ability. He just thinks it takes too long. But when he cooks. He makes a delicious soup. I love that. Ooh. And when I do the cooking, he does the cleaning, which is where Ed is not picking up the slack there. So I'm with Rico on this one. Yeah, if you're not cooking, you better be cleaning. You better be joking.
Yeah, honestly, big on Team Rico for that. Like, and he said he would clean, but Rico's like, okay, so you got the dishes? And he was like, yeah. Like, no enthusiasm. Like, girl, you ain't got to be happy about doing the dishes, but you got to at least be like, you know what? Yeah, baby, I got you. I'm your daddy. Like,
exactly. But he was like, I can try. Like, come on now, do it. I love that Rico is immediately like, all right, well, here's my type. I like bears. I like hairier guys. I like osos. And then they're panning up Ed's like rippling abs and hairless body.
Hairless rippling abs.
But it's fun because it's not played for like male gaze type thing where like we're trying to see how sexy he is. It's played to highlight how different he is from Rico's type, which is Nigel. And I like that. That's something really different. Like, yes, of course he's gorgeous. He's hot. Like, pan up the rippling abs. But here it's done, you know, it's like twisted on his head, which I thought was interesting.
Exactly.
I like that he stood his ground on that.
I love some good camera work too.
Oh, 100%. I love good camera work. Ed also says really quickly, he says that he doesn't take rejection well. So first, you know me, I already said I don't like the fact that he's always in relationships. I don't like the fact that he doesn't clean. I don't like the fact that he doesn't cook. I like that he has a PhD. That's all he's got going for him right now. And then he brings this out that he doesn't take rejection well. I'm like, what are we doing here? Gorgeous to look at. He's like, you know, he's like a one of those pointillism paintings, good from afar, far from good.
But when you get up close and you start inspecting, baby,
you start to see all the holes.
I mean, listen, he can see my hole. This is me to you, Dr. Ed. Like, you can see my hole.
And that's the perfect thing is that I don't need to love everything about you for us to bump and grind a little bit. And that's fine. You know, that is fine. That is no problem.
But then after they have their date, we get some laughs. We can see a few red flags in the distance. Then all the daddies come out and they meet Ed. And immediately I don't want to say drama, but baby, it's not looking pretty.
It's the face crack of the century. Nigel walks in. It's the look on his face. The line he said, this has been stuck in my head.
What? What is it? I
don't know why, because it's really not that funny of a line, but it is hilarious to me. He walks in and he says, and what I saw was not what I wanted to see. That kills me.
You know what? It was like single white woman writing an email to corporate. That's what it was. Like, what I saw today did not please me.
Exactly. I was not impressed. But it passes over. It's like there's a little shade, a little ruku, but it's not that crazy. At the end of the day, I think Nigel knows, like, listen, Rico's with me. Rico likes himself a big boy. He sees Ed and is like, but you might be tall, but you're not a big boy.
You say it wasn't a little crazy, but I seem to remember the 15 shots of Nigel's face.
Okay, well, that was the editors playing around in their Bollywood bag. They were playing on their Indian soap opera tees because it was cut. We had the symbols.
I was, running beside a bus. I tripped and fell, and I'm suddenly getting strangled by my hair. Like,
exactly. That was the editors having a little fun. I think Nigel understood. He was like, I think he came down and was shocked at first. Was like, bitch, not my man. Mm-hmm. But he said, so, there's a lot more to him. When Ed was like, yeah, Rico's pretty cool. He's like, there's a lot more to him, and you're not gonna find out, bitch, because he's mine.
The way he stepped up and said that, was like, yeah, there is a lot to him. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. I'm not looking at Rico no more because I'm not trying to.
Mm-hmm. And then something else that happened here was Big Sal talking about how he said, you might be tall and muscular, but I'm short and scrappy. And I love that because all my friends are short and scrappy. I can appreciate that. I like a bitch who's not afraid to get dirty. She's a little shorter. She'll kick you in the kneecaps. She'll punch you in the kneecaps, more like it.
Listen, us shorties ain't afraid to get the razor blades and the lemon juice, okay? We don't play around. Yes, I love white chicks. Can I say that? Yeah. Is that still okay to say?
Yeah, okay. It's okay to say. White Chicks is a classic. I don't know if it's aged as well, but she's good for her age.
I really love that Big Sal. Just like, all this lovey-dovey is nice, but when are we going to start competing? That's what I'm ready for. I'm ready to win some money.
And I'm with him. Not that they ever got like money rewards, really, but they were getting, like massages or trips on a boat and things like that. And even by the end of this episode, we really haven't had a competition, really. Like later on, we get the painting thing, but it's not like, here's the competition. There's going to be a winner. The winners get a date. The winners get to do this thing outside of the house, right? And that's what I want. I like when dating shows have that competition aspect specifically for two people to get a date to show something off, and they get to do something outside of the house, whether it's like a food tasting, a wine experience. Like, give us that. Take us places. Take us around Fort Lauderdale, for the love of DILFs. Take us around.
We want more than the massage room upstairs. We want to go out. We want to explore.
Well,
we're cutting that out.
No, that's staying in. It's staying in. That's staying in, bitch. Because we all do. Because it was posited up front. It sounded like they were about to get massages from like an outside force. That makes it sound like I'm talking about a ghost.
I thought they were.
And then boom, they pop up. They're like the attic.
The attic. It was
that room. It was giving under the staircase that I almost said Jimmy Neutron. The Harry Potter staircase. It was this tiny little room, which was cozy, but they were giving each other massages. Instead of having a third party come in and get like a professional, perhaps
an LMT, a licensed massage therapist. That's what we wanted. You know what? Dr. Dill said they spent all the money on the mansion. So you know what? I'm not going to get mad at them for that.
Yeah. There's maybe we'll save that for season 4 when the budget gets a little higher. When because of the great casting choices they've made, because of maybe a podcast that's recapping them helps. Maybe we help launch each other. We grow together, right? Maybe when that season 4 budget come in, then we can hire LMTs. So after that, we get into this trivia game. The trivia game is a competition of sorts, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted the bounce house wrestling one.
Oh, that was, oh my God. I love me the Bounce House Wrestling. I can't wait to review that.
The trivia game was fun. Lots of, I feel like a lot of the questions maybe were leaning toward the himbos. Like they were pretty easy questions. Like there was a lot of like social media ones, and then but like the ones geared toward the daddies were like, what's a Jinko gene? What's a lug wrench? You know, like even these are pretty easy.
What's a mortgage?
What's a mortgage? Which really got me thinking.
Like maybe I'm more himbo-ish than I thought, because I was also like, what is a mortgage? And when I read it, I was like, oh, my homegirl in Texas is a teacher. She pays a mortgage. I'm like, oh, it's like you paying a rent, but like you get to invest it in a house.
It's like rent, but you own it, right? Because you don't really own it because you're paying it off.
So I was like, oh, that's a mortgage. But Nick said, listen, I don't read no books. I don't know what a mortgage is. I'm not an accountant. And I was like,
an accountant?
Like, you don't got to be an accountant to know what a mortgage is, baby.
You know what? Forgive her. She's from West Hollywood. They do things a little different out there.
You know what? You're right.
All right. My favorite question out of this was, what feelings come about when something is sending you, quote unquote? That question was sending me. Let's talk about that. She ate and now is full. I'm about to steal that. Oh God, she ate and now is full. That's a classic. That is,
I'm getting that as a tattoo. Honestly, she ate and now is full. Like,
yeah, she ate.
Tattoo moment.
Now is full. So it was pretty easy overall. Dr. Ed at the end was annoyed because he knew it was a prime, he knew it was a squared number, not a prime number. But Jimmy, he was like, Jimmy's loud ass is the one that answered first. Which, you know, I am a trivia savant. I love trivia. I'm very good at trivia, but sometimes when trivia is like very heat in the moment like that, where you have to like press the buzzer and know the answer, I understand. Sometimes even when I know the right answer, I'm just so hype, I fuck up and I choose the wrong one, you know? So I've been there. I have no doubt that Jimmy knows what a squared number is, but maybe he just got a little too hot. A little too hot, you know.
It was all like the buzzers, the blower, the thing, the party favors in the room.
Yeah,
it was like, you know what? Prime. Okay,
exactly.
Shit. Like we've all had that moment.
When you're like thinking, you're like, it's a square, and then the time comes, you're like, prime. Fuck, damn it, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So the himbos end up winning. I have a question for you.
What's up?
So the last dad standing gets to Phoenix everyone else on their dates, right? But if the daddies had won, what himbo do you think would have been the last himbo standing?
Ooh. Who would have been the last himbo standing if I were sitting on the daddy couch and I was watching? I think...
Well, first off, I think it also depends on the order that they choose.
That's true.
Like she had cards, but like who would be the himbo?
Keith and Jimmy, 1-1. Rico and Nigel, Aaron and Kane, Derek and Anthony, Daniel and Ed, and then Nick and Sal.
Because this is before Looters left, so there's more daddies than himbos. So it always would have been a leftover daddy. Oh. So it just would have probably been whatever daddy was the last one chosen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if all the
daddies were choosing, they would have just run out of himbos.
They would have ran out of himbos, and then it would have still been last dad standing. And I think it would have probably been between Looters and Ed, because one of them was going to probably try to choose Daniel, or Daniel would have chosen one of them. You know, so it was always going to be between. You know, sometimes fate is like that. Anyway, I thought I did something with that question.
It's okay.
It's all
right.
We'll
edit that in post.
Yeah. I'll cut that down to like a 20-second thing. So
there's some chapstick on.
I wrote here that Nigel is smiling. Rico chooses him again, and Nigel is beaming. Love his smile. Great smile. Any chance he's smiling on camera, I'm smiling with him. I was like, how was anybody shocked when Aaron chose Kane? I was like, come on, you should have seen this coming. They're like a match made. Like it just made sense. They got vibes together. I don't know. I
felt it.
Exactly. And I'm with Aaron. We'll get into this later in the himbos room, but I'm with Aaron, open to changing daddies. I feel like a lot of people go with the first option presented to them without exploring other people. Just because, I don't know if they're afraid of rejecting somebody or they're afraid of causing drama, which it's a reality show. You cause a little bit of drama. Come on now. But sometimes the first option isn't always the best option.
I've gone through a lot of first options before I found my man. So, you got to test the waters. You got to come here. We're here to find love, find connection. So exactly. I'm not mad at Aaron for choosing Kane. Not at all.
I'm really not. But for the most part, everybody else chooses pretty much who they chose. Daniel swaps from Looters over to the new guy, Ed. And then Nick ends up with Big Sal because Aaron chose Kane. But for the most part, everyone else is who they were with the first episode. But then we cut over to Daniel and Looters.
Looters took Daniel to the side and was like, hey, I'm the last daddy standing. I really don't want to crash anyone else's dates. I'm only interested in crashing yours. So I'm just here to know now, like, do you love me, Kiki? Do you? And
you
Daniel, are you riding? Are you riding? And then Daniel says, I have chosen Ed. I can't do it. I can't do the voice.
No, it's okay. I can do it. I believe in you.
Okay. So then Daniel says, no, I have chosen Ed, but I wish you luck in the future. And if you want to leave, you can leave. And Looter says, all right, I'm packing my bags. I want to see you win, but can I get some before I go? Just something. And they have like a cute little hug. And
they did. But I'll say this. So upon my second rewatch, I noticed something. It's so Looters basically is like, I don't want to crash anyone else's party. I'm not doing this. But he says Phoenix looked silly and he did not want to be looking silly like Phoenix. That gagged me because Phoenix was eating everyone up on those dates. When he sat down with them and said, Beauty and the Beast, gagged.
No carbs. What are we eating here?
Exactly. Phoenix was delivering line after line after line. I think this would have been a chance for Looters to show a lot of personality. I think he could have really had I know he maybe would have felt. I think he was feeling a little hurt, maybe that Daniel had chosen Ed over him, which I understand that. But I think this would have been a good opportunity for him to redeem himself, show more personality, try to get people to not forget, but hey, I'm not. What happened with Pajamagate wasn't, all that.
That's not me.
That's not me. I'm different. I was just really wanted the bitches some silk pajamas. But then, so Daniel's about to say, well, I think you should stay because he says, well, you could. And then Looter said, I've made the decision. I'm leaving the competition and I'm leaving right now. I was like, oh.
He said, I don't want that pity stuff. I'm just like, you know what? I'm taking my L and I'm packing it up and I'm leaving.
Bitch, it's giving Tyra Banks.
I gotta grab my heels 1 second. No, I'm just kidding.
I just can't handle the pressure of it. I want to go home. It's just too much.
Do you think that anyone else has problems with jobs?
That's what it was. It was that down. But he had a really cute shirt, really cute necklace as he was leaving. Looters proves yet again he's a fashion girly, got good fits.
Queen.
Yeah.
But R.I.P. Looter's not dead, but I'm gonna miss seeing you on my television.
I wish he would have stayed. I mean, he'll be back for the reunion, but I wish he had stayed to run through everyone's dates. I think it's fun. I feel like if you take some of the pressure out of it and just go in wanting to have fun, I think we could have had some good TV out of that, right?
I think so, because when Phoenix did it in season 1, when episode 2 and Phoenix went home, honestly, when we were watching every single episode, we were like, is Phoenix coming back? Is Phoenix coming back?
Yes.
Season 2, Phoenix?
To this day, we are still waiting for Phoenix to come back. We need Phoenix on season 3 for the Love of DILFs All-Stars. All-Stars, yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I need Phoenix in the DCU, the DILF Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, I need it now, 100%. So after that, we cut to the daddy's room. They get a note from Dr. DILF. They find out that Looters has left. And they're like, oh, shit, there's not a whole lot going. Kane is like, I'm not going to cry about it, but listen, I'm not going to smile about it. But he's fully smiling.
He's like, I'm not going to smile about it, but
he's like, oh, my God, he's gone. Oh, no, what are we going to do? Everyone's a little nervous. They don't know if anyone else is going to go home, which, makes sense. I also do think Kane just smiles a lot. I think he would have been smiling no matter what. I just think he's that honestly, type of person. Yeah. And then in the himbos room, Aaron and Nick, they're going back at it again. They are going at it. Nick says that Aaron is bullshitting him. Do you think what Aaron is saying is bullshit?
No, I'm not from LA. And I don't think what Aaron is saying is bullshit. I think Aaron really came in here with good intentions. Like, hey, we're here to meet people. We're here to find love. And I think we should, talk to other people, go on other dates. Like, like you said, maybe it's not always the first choice. I know mine wasn't always the first choice. So we should meet people. And then Nick says, no, that is not your daddy. That is my daddy. Okay. I thought we were homies.
I thought we were homies. He said that episode 1 too. Like, but I'm just like, after one date, you're gonna claim him like that. I mean, I think if anything, this is a good opportunity to let him spread his wings. If the date goes well, deal with it. If the date goes bad, boom, you're back with Kane. It doesn't matter. So yeah, exactly. I think Aaron's in the right here. And he was like, you're misconstruing the problem. You are misunderstanding what it is. It could just be a friendship thing. I don't know. We're here to explore. Let me explore. So I'm with Aaron on this one.
Yeah, I was very much feeling what Keith and Derek were, just like sitting on the bed, just like, oh, the girls are fighting.
Yeah, and then Nick does a little RuPaul thing. He said, this is a competition, and I'm going to have to remember that every time this comes up. Which, that is something good to remember, that it is a competition. Maybe it'll keep you laser focused on shit, right?
Now, what if Aaron clapped back like a mandatory meeting and said, oh, you're going to remember this? I hope you stay that long.
Well,
now, what if that happened?
That could have happened, but the thing is, I don't think Aaron would have said that. If somebody was going to say something like that, it would have been Nick. Because Aaron was just being like, there's no animosity behind this choice. I literally am just trying to explore my options here. I have a connection with Sal. I felt like I had a connection with Kane. I want to explore it. Okay. But Nick probably would have been the one like, bitch, go the fuck home. You followed looters on their way out, bitch.
Oh my God.
So I thought we were homies. You betrayed me, bitch. Which, would have been fun. But maybe that fight's coming later. Who knows?
Oh, hey, we don't know. We'll find out.
Everyone finds out. Everyone finds out that they have to go paint.
Painting?
They're painting.
Why are they painting in the house?
Well, maybe
did no one bring their fiber?
No, why no one got no fiber pills. Yeah.
Dr. DILF will not be happy about this.
They should. Season 3, provide fiber to the contestants. Put the douches on set.
Shower hoses in every bathroom.
I'm sure there already are. You'll get
I can't.
Put a bidet in every bathroom in MILF Mansion. Put the bidets in now. All right, we have to continue. We still have so much ground to cover. We have to do this whole painting thing.
So we go from the himbos room to the main room, and then there's another letter from Dr. DILF saying Stormy has left DILF Mansion. She is pissed. Not happy.
Well, we will see just how pissed. but then they're like, go paint her. Paint her from memory.
Paint her from memory.
Just do it. Have a paint sip. Why not? While the producers are probably running around trying to wrangle Stormy back in, like, please don't quit. We need you.
Stormy, please. Stepmom, where are you going?
First up in the days is Rico and Nigel, the icons that they are. They have a really good conversation, actually, about home life and what that could look like, and, what they value in a home or monetarily. And Nigel's like, listen, as long as we're together, the rest can come second. It's whatever. But Rico was talking about how he grew up in the foster care system and how having a house is super important to him. He wants 2 cars, a home, all that stuff, picket fence, the whole thing. Which I understand. 2 cars, honestly, I don't think I need, but a lot of cities are not walkable. And I say that living in Chicago. So 2 cars maybe is a lot for Chicago. But if you're in
if you're in Texas, where I'm from, you need
Texas,
at least 1 car.
Exactly. Yeah. Though there are other parts of the country are way less walkable. So that's me thinking from my city mindset.
Before we go on, can I just give a shout out to Rico, because your waves were they were waving that whole episode. Whenever the camera shot you from the back, I was like, damn, I need to pick my brush up.
Did look good.
They was waving. I just want to say that to you, Daddy.
Also, they are painting over these tits on this canvas. They're painting over them 8 times over. They just keep going over they're having a serious ass conversation while painting titties on a on a
canvas. These are the most defined tits I've ever seen in a painting before.
It's kind of giving me Drag Race mirror moments where they're like in half makeup talking about how they don't talk to their grandma no more. One eyebrow on,
painting themselves purple. Like, I was bullied growing up. Like,
I was born at a very young age. Like, yeah, it's very Jimmy and Keith are up next. They're talking about some cheating in relationships. Jimmy said he's been cheated on multiple times. Keith said that he had something similar with his ex. So they're both ready for a man that's not going to do them wrong like that.
No.
I wrote here that I like Keith's confessional look because he's got these like necklaces on. He's got a really nice peach colored button down. I think looks really nice on him.
Looks so good on him.
Yeah.
I really thought it was nice that Jimmy... Episode 1 asked a question about the laundry, which tells a lot about a person. And then now Keith comes back at level 2 with the questions like, have you ever been cheated on? Have you ever known when your man is fucking somebody else?
Yeah. Do you ever wonder who else is fucking your man?
I can't wait to see what the next episode has. What Jimmy's going to be like, what is your deepest, darkest trauma? Like,
yeah, he's going to be like, so how much of your student loans do you pay every month, if at all? That tells you a lot about a person. Daniel and Ed are next.
Clock me.
This is the new couple in the house, Daniel and Ed. Ed's at first wasn't too sure on Daniel. He said he had a lot of like preconceived notions about him. Daniel's like, I don't want a controlling man. And then here we go.
Oh, are you controlling?
Are you controlling and possessive? We get another red flag. Sort of, kinda. This man is controlling. He don't clean. He don't cook. But he got that PhD. He said, you gonna call me doctor while I look at them dishes. Exactly. But then he kind of backtracks a little bit. He's like, okay, maybe I'm not controlling. I'm assertive. How do you feel about that?
I don't know if I'm feeling very about it.
Yeah.
He did say the aspects he likes control of are like the dates, like where we go in the environment, which I'm like, okay, like say I'm a little bit of an anxious girl. Like if I could choose somewhere, or if I could let him choose somewhere that's like, maybe not so loud, not so crazy, like, okay, I understand having control of that. You want to make the other person feel comfortable. It's not like controlling, like, I'm not going to tell you what to wear and anything like that. So Daniel really appreciated that. And I did too.
Yeah, I think when he backtracked, it made a little more sense. But I think the fact that he said himself that one of his toxic traits is controlling, I'm like, wait a second. Now, hold on now. Are we really controlling, or now we'd be like, okay, how can I make this look good? Like in a job interview where they're like, what are some things that you could work on? What are you bad at? And you have to give them something that is like, yes, oh my God, I work just so hard, like you have to make it still seem like it's a good thing.
You got to give yourself a redemption arc. I get what he was going for. I just think the way it came out was a little...
Time will tell to see if he's just assertive or is he controlling, which I can appreciate someone who's assertive and knows what they like and knows how to get it. That can be very attractive, but controlling. And then we cut to Derek and Daniel in the confessional. And Derek says, Daniel's like, let's talk about that education. And Derek says, fuck that education. What does he have to offer? And that your twin will let you know right there. He will keep you grounded. And I appreciate that Derek is calling him out. Because he's pretty.
But that's a real one right there.
Exactly. Because when someone's too pretty, you gotta make sure that you're not just looking at it with rose-colored glasses. Yeah.
Then after that, the next date is Derek and Anthony.
On to the other twin. And they have a really lovely conversation as well. I think Anthony seems really level-headed here. He talks about his daughter a lot, how he was engaged. He's talking about, the safety and peace of his daughter. He don't just introduce anybody. You have to earn that, which I, 100% agree with. That just makes a lot of sense. And they say they like each other. So I like that.
I wrote here that we used to send men to war and now they just paint Stormy Daniels from memory. And honestly, I love that. I don't want any more trauma in our men.
Yeah, no more war. No more war, which I didn't realize that Anthony had gone to the military because he said he went to the military for 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, 4 years, which I'm sure he got that military, education because they pay for your school after that. They give you that little bit of money. So I'm sure he made the decision that was best for him and his family at the time. But
Mm-hmm.
Daniel's like, I could be an auntie. And Derek's like, well, you could do that. Yes. So if they end up meeting Anthony's daughter at some point, I'm sure his daughter will love them because they're just so likable. I love them. They're fantastic.
I know. They're just, I just want to give both of them a hug. Like,
bitch, I want them to be my aunties. Like,
if you want to be our aunties, you can totally be our aunties.
Yeah. Derek, Daniel, if you want to be our aunties, our sisters, our brothers, our family, spots are open, but they are going fast. They are
limited
going fast.
Time only. Click
Act
now.
Click now. No family. Click here to see my pussy. All right. Next up is Sal and Nick. They are fully just talking about Aaron Kane. I don't think they have like much of a conversation to have with each other. No. They don't really have a whole lot in common from what I'm getting. And this is funny because up front, I really thought that Nick was going to go after Sal and that they were going to have a really nice kind of like mentorship turned romance type thing. On paper, I think that they match, but seeing this date, I'm kind of seeing otherwise, which, that's just how the cookies crumble. It's fine.
I mean, honestly, episode 1, I thought, like you said, this is how it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be Nick and Sal and Aaron and Kane, because just from like the little character bios, I was like, oh, they're totally going to be a match. But no, apparently not,
That's right.
You get the pros.
Sometimes people look good on paper. Surprise, surprise. Sal says he don't want to chase nobody. Fully understand that. Especially at his age.
Absolutely.
If I'm 60, I'm not chasing nobody. We can come with the same energy, or but I'm not chasing you. It's just not happening. And Aaron
already
is so tall. He's just looking over the easel, but he can see the.
For real. Like when Sal was like, I don't chase, I was like, yeah, Sal already been a wolf on Wall Street for 60 years. He ain't chasing nobody.
But he was too busy chasing the bag. That's why. Like, when you so busy chasing the bag, now you're retired. You don't want to chase no more. It's fine.
No. So my legs is tired, mama.
Yeah. What's the mantra? I don't chase, I attract. What comes to me comes to me. There's a whole bunch of affirmations about
manifest it.
Speaking of manifesting and affirmations, let's move on to the most woo couple, the last couple here today, Aaron and Kane. Kane says, I think we have a really good spiritual connection. I think they get along on that. They both love astrology and things of that nature, but they friend zone a little bit.
Kane immediately said, I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't disappointed, and I was like, oh, the smack, the
Freudian slip right there.
It was.
I think he meant to say I may have looked disappointed, but I wasn't disappointed. But it just came out. I was disappointed, but I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, "Ooh!" I mean, y'all already ain't a match, but like, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings too.
I don't think he meant it like that. I think he was just like shocked because he wanted, like he said he doesn't have that much time, which made him sound like he felt like he was old as hell. Like, Kane, you're not leaving this earth tomorrow, are you? I think you still got some time. Like, maybe like I don't got time because we're only here for a certain amount of episodes, but
the way we're still here for like 6 weeks. Like, it's okay.
He made it sound like he was leaving this mortal coil yesterday, girl. He's like, I don't have time. I gotta work on it now. Aaron says that he thinks that Nick will drop Kane like a hot topic outside of this house. Do you agree?
I mean, I don't know. Nick seems. What's the Watch What Happens Live way to say this? Nick seems very career driven.
As a lot of people in Hollywood are, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Nick is always on the go. His phone is not getting stolen. He's very career driven, and maybe he doesn't have the time for love right now. Like, maybe here in this mansion he'll find it, but I think outside of it, like, she's got 3 jobs. She's a girl on the go. So maybe what Aaron said is some weight to it. I don't know.
Listen, I really hate to stereotype the muscle gaze.
Oh. Clock that T.
Clock it. I don't want to stereotype them. I don't want to, because Nick could be different. I don't know. But I hear West Hollywood. I see a muscle gay. Just certain things come to mind, right? That being said, I hope that he proves me wrong. I hope that you change my mind on how you're featuring look-wise.
I knew it was going on. I was just like, she's eating it. I'm not interrupted. She's eating right now. I
don't want to be the plain Jane here. I really don't. I swear. I don't want to feel like I'm coming for Nick this entire season. I really don't. I just, you know.
I don't know, girl. You was eating and you was full.
This is another version, another situation where first episode, I thought I had it clocked. I said, Aaron and Kane, they're wooed together. They're going to have a really good relationship. Boom. It's a friend connection. So it's not bad. Like I'm sure they still get along. It gives them opportunities to talk about the other people in the house, which I think is cool. If we keep going back to that, because I feel like a lot of the show is daddy himbo relationship stuff. But I think I would like more scenes with cast members talking with people that they're close to in the house, people that they pair up with, not in a romantic sense, so that they could talk about, you know, because then if Kane and Nick end up having something down the line, Kane then has somebody that he could talk to.
Exactly.
And there's content, right? You know, I think that would be nice to have.
Maybe, hey, we've only seen 2 episodes. Maybe we'll get it on episode 3 or 4. You never know.
You never know. We'll see.
You never know in this mansion.
It's early days. As Luder said at the top of the mansion, at the top of the episode when he left, because in the DILF mansion, everything goes down.
And you know what really went down tonight?
Bitch, these paintings.
Stormy. Oh my God.
These paintings went down because when Stormy's pissed ass walked out and she said, "Put the fucking paintings down, bitch."
She was not having it tonight, y'all. She was mad as hell. Even Rico's like, yo, she mad as hell, bro.
She came on this bitch mad as hell. Rent was due. Oh, God.
And not only did she say, put them fucking paintings down, she said, if you want to leave right now, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. And I was like,
which I thought, I love the phrase, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I think it's a great phrase. I think we should use it more. I really thought that was the exact phrase she was going to use, but she kind of, she said it in her own way. But I was like, this is Southern Belle. She better give me the don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Do you think this was legit? Do you think she was having her real inner saboteur moment, or do you think this was produced?
It was not produced. What Stormy was real as hell. She said, put them fucking paintings down. If you want to leave, go ahead. She said she did. Packed my stuff. I called a ride because I was finna leave DILF Mansion today, forever. You know what she said? I'm not doing that because I'm not giving up on y'all, because she gave up on herself and those around her. But you know what? There was one person who stuck it out, and that was her husband, Barrett.
We as gay people, we get to choose our family.
I was really up here trying to get some like tears going, and then you came out and said that, and I was like, let me laugh.
Do not expect me to ever be serious. The note I have under here is Mama is acting. But her daddy shows up, and her daddy has this shirt that says "Token Straight Friend," which I think is really cute. It's like in rainbow text. I thought it's adorable. I thought I wasn't sure if this was real or not. I would love to know more, insider tea about this, because I think everybody was definitely shocked that she came out mad as hell. But I'm like, maybe she was I'm sure she was angry that Looters left early. But I'm like, call a cab and get out of town early? Aren't we on a contract?
When this season started, she did not say that the check cleared like she did last season.
Oh.
So maybe I'm not going to say she was acting, but I'm not going to say she was acting, but maybe the check cleared episode 3. So she was like, you know what? I got to come back.
Maybe that's it. It was like a deferred, she had another week to go.
One thing I want to write here about Stormy and Barry. She met him at a dive bar, and it was so adorable when they came out. They had like a big old hug. He came out with no shoes, and I was like, is it standard bar policy to not have shoes on?
In Florida, probably. It would not. Okay. It would not surprise me. Things. I feel like Florida, the rules are a little different over there.
Okay.
Shoes be damned.
I don't know. I felt a little like plap, plap, plap on the ground. I was like, where his shoes at? But
tip on hardwood floors.
The paintings were 10, 10, 10s across the board.
And I'm going to send you a picture of these paintings right now. Let's talk about them. Let's start with Nigel and Rico's painting. It's abstract. I don't know exactly what type of art this is. I know there's probably a name for it. It's kind of Picasso-esque a little bit.
It's I'd say it's Picasso-esque. I did recently go see the Picasso exhibit at the Art Institute. I would see this on the wall. I would see this on the wall of the Art Institute.
My only note here, her tits were not big enough.
Yeah, they should have been bigger. They should have been like...
They gave her these little A cups. Like, her titties are huge. This is not enough, quite frankly.
I could use more tit. I mean, I could always use more tit.
I could always use more tit. There's never a chance where I won't take more tit. Ed and Derek. There's... I don't have like the text visible here. I'm trying to figure out what it says. I think it says
For
Stormy.
the Love of DILFs?
I think it says Stormy.
I think it's the show title?
Maybe? I'm like looking at it far away.
So it looks like this is Stormy in the front.
Who is that in the back? Because it looks like Cynthia.
Yeah, who is in the back? I was also thinking Cynthia.
They've got like the 3 things of hair. It's giving Cynthia. She's a really good dancer. I don't know what they drew.
So Sal and Nick, how'd you feel about their painting?
Miss, you know what they drew?
What did they draw? Tell me.
They drew Abby Lee Miller in a blonde wig. Who the hell is this? Who is this? This is Abby Lee Miller in a blonde wig and a red dress. I don't know who this is. This looks like, it kind of looks like she's got 2 watermelons in front. It's like cut watermelons. This painting is truly something. I like that they like tried to get her low lights. Like they got the black and the blonde in there. I can appreciate that. If I'm looking at positives, I appreciate that.
Okay. Now that you said it, it really is giving at Miss Abby Lee Miller. It's giving Who Got That Dance Moms clip.
The way that hair looks fried as hell is giving Abby Lee Miller. Like I can't. Anthony and Daniel, I think so far theirs is probably my favorites. They got big old tits. They got the low lights. They painted the sun, but the sun is green.
Why is the sun green?
I don't know, but sure, why not? She doesn't have arms. She's literally just like a bust. Like they just painted a bust.
I was thinking, like, are these ain't her nipples? Stormy's gorgeous. She's flawless. Her nipples would never be out to the sides. I guess they, like he says, a bust.
To me, it looks like a bust. I don't know. It kind of like if they were doing Stormy, but she's like a marble painting, possibly.
Okay.
I don't know. And then Keith and Jimmy, theirs is fine. They, it's bad. It's not fine. It's actually really bad. This is probably one of the worst. I would rank this below Abby Lee Miller.
Look
how they did her jaw. Look how they did her jaw, girl.
I can't even stop. They gave her like a little. Like, they gave her a bear smile. Honestly, they did.
She looks like one of those Rage comics from 2011. She looked like the troll face. I don't like this. Why did they give her that? Did they give her a butt chin?
Jimmy looks very sad and downtrodden next to the painting, and I understand. I feel like you,
that shirt that he has on though.
The shirt perfectly. The shirt perfectly matches his eyes whenever he's in confessional, and I really enjoy that. Ooh, like the green is perfect.
I have to look at that. And then Kane and Nick. What is this above her? It looks like there's like a alien coming down to grab her. This looks weird.
Is this?
And why is she in green? Spy? Stormy is like never in green. She's always in like a black, a red, or a blue. And like a shade of blue. She loves a shade of blue.
She loves blue.
Like, green? When have we ever seen this girl in green?
Neither I or Michelle Visage are happy about this green.
It's not good. I don't know what's going on in the background. Yeah, well, I was trying to figure out what those purple things were. Is it a heart? What is this pink thing coming down?
Or hard?
Heart, but hard is good too. Yeah, a lot of these are bad. And I don't expect everyone to be. Art is hard. Art is difficult. Art is difficult. This is why we're rallying so hard against AI art, because art is hard and people deserve to be paid for their work. But these are bad.
I am campaigning for the destruction of Gag City. I need to make it known.
Yeah, the AIR is giving cheap. It's just not good. Not. But that's the talk for Poison Touch. That is not a talk for Baby Daddies. We can save that for a asshole. I do appreciate that Nigel and Rico said, we're not good artists. We're not good painters. We're going to take the abstract route, because if it's abstract, no one can say that it's bad, because they just don't get the vision. And I feel like I would have done that. If it's abstract, I probably would have done a piece called Shades of Stormy. And it would have been colors that reminded me of her palettes and things, like a gradient. But there would not be a person there, because I'm painting her aura.
Oh,
yes,
a conceptual queen. See, that's how you get around it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm a musician. I am not a painter. I took one art class in 6th grade.
You sure you're not a painter?
And do not clock that T. It's not true. If you want to find out if I do paint or not, you can on Twitter.com.
She takes her fiber.
Actually, you know what? No, cut that out. That's gonna make me sound like I'm a scat play, and I'm not.
No,
a scat queen.
No.
Just saying.
no scat play. No, unless you're into that, but you're not. But for the girls that are listening that are into scat play, there is a place for you. It's just not at Booty Origami on Twitter. It's not that place. There's a different place for you.
Actually, you know what? I will say the place for scat play was under the promo tweet for Real Friends of WeHo last year. That was the place for scat play. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, that Twitter account, the WeHo, Real Friends of WeHo account went private because this one person put like hundreds of tweets under it and like replies of scat play. And they like hid the replies, went private, like turned off comments for like the rest of the show's like thing on Twitter. Like,
that is a sick campaign to pull out against the show. Listen, like, I didn't like Real Friends of WeHo. I'm not going to go as far as to put hundreds of scat videos under it, though. That is crazy.
And it was one of those tweets. It went around and it was just like, oh, don't look at the hidden replies. And my ass, I'm like,
always looks at the hidden reply.
That was very like the Beyonce meme of her like clicking on the DS. I clicked the hidden replies and baby, I was like, oh, that's like 2 scat videos. Bitch, I was scrolling. I had never seen so much shit in my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of shit, nobody goes home. How do you feel about episodes where nobody goes home?
I don't mind episodes where no one goes home because it brought me back to the first episode of Slag Wars when R.I.P. Miss Sophie Anderson, she was having a breakdown about having to send someone home. And you know what? I felt her because, like, no one should leave. I don't want anyone to go. I want them all to find love and win. But
maybe we'll review Slag Wars. Who knows? I think I'm fine with nobody going home on this episode because Looters already left the competition. Yeah. But if it's one of those things where it's like we think someone's going home, nobody leaves the competition, but we think someone's going home. And then at the end, it's like, oh, no one's going home. Then I'm like, no, send someone home. Let's get this competition kicking. Especially like not even necessarily here, but like Drag Race more so. When people don't go home, I'm like, no, we got to keep this moving. There's too many bitches here. There's too many.
It's chocolate. I will say for this show, after like, we had our touching moment, Looters left. Like it was just a whole lot of emotion. No one went home. Like, okay, that's fine. But next episode, somebody getting the hell out that house. That's all I gotta say.
Somebody is going home next episode. I get there's a lot of emotions this episode. It's fine, but somebody gotta go home. So, yeah. Oh, we went over the painting. Who do you think won the painting challenge? We went over all those paintings. We didn't say who won. Personally, I think that I'm either giving it to Anthony and Derek or Rico and Nigel.
I would say Rico and Nigel. I just love a good abstract piece. Like I really love like the bright colors, all the varied lines and everything. It did it for me. I mean, and even Dr. DILF said, your good side is the tits, and they put tits front and center.
They did. And I think they really did win because when Stormy's doing her little acting challenge at the end of the episode, that's the painting she goes and picks. She grabs that one as she walks away and we cut to the credits. So I think they did win. I think that was the sly way of letting us know who won.
Do you think that they'll bring this up in the next episode? Maybe they get like a prize or something?
I doubt it. Okay. maybe we'll get a competition next episode. This episode, I feel like we had other other things to focus on. But that brings us to the end of the episode. Before we dip out, who do you think is winning based off of these episodes 1 and 2? Because I'm still going to give it to Rico and Nigel. I'm still, I think as of right now, winning? I think I'm going to give the 10K to them.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you. It's the Osos for me. It's Rico and Nigel. They just, every time I see them, they just are so happy. They're just smiling. I really feel like there's a genuine connection. And
but I'm scared. I'm scared they're gonna have to introduce conflict at some point to give us like a narrative arc, and I'm nervous. But we'll get to that when we get to it. For now, everything is happy in paradise. Well, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Baby Daddies. We'll be back with episode 3 next week. Thanks, Imario. Thanks to myself. Thanks to everybody who's followed the Instagram. Thanks to everyone who's listened to the episodes. If you're listening to the episodes, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. This is a video podcast. Spotify is rolling out new features. So there are video podcasts on Spotify. So if you go on Spotify and watch it, the video will play, which is really interesting. So check us out there. Give us 5 stars. Leave us a little review. You can follow me over at Poison Touch Pod and listen to my other podcast, the Poison Touch Advice Hour. You can submit all questions there on the Linktree, poisontouch.com, a whole bunch of nonsense over there. So yeah, shoot me a follow over there. Imario, where can the girls follow you?
The girls can follow me everywhere at Booty Origami. If you go to Twitter, you can see me getting a little wild, getting a little crazy, a little nasty. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see my cat and other silly things I do.
Yeah, that's a little more ooh. That's a little more. Ooh. Instagram's a little ooh, but then the Twitter's a little more oi. We'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.